Hey everyone, emmy-lou here. Today I want to show you how to draw a snow globe. I say it like that because snow globes, I love them. I absolutely love them. I had a musical snow globe one time and it broke. Really sad, but I love a snow globe. So you probably know what that is. It's kind of like normally a glass or a plastic globe and there's something in it and you shake it and there's all the snow. So if you've got any glitter, it might be quite cool actually. I think I might have some somewhere, but ultimately you're going to need paper that's portrait, so it's up this way. Then you need a pencil. Right, I might use paint actually to colour this all in. But first we have to draw it. So the snow globe doesn't have to be round, but I'm going to do mine round. So we're going to start off with a circle. Now, sometimes people find it hard to draw a circle. So I generally go around it more than once. Do it lightly so you can kind of get the circle shape that you want. Ta-da! Mine's kind of not a perfect circle, but it would be if I wasn't drawing from the side. That's what I'm going to tell myself. I'm going to do the base. Now the base could be any shape you like, but I'm going to keep it simple. Just line down, line down. I'm going to draw a line like this because I'm going to make the base chunky. Okay, I want it to look 3D because at the moment it looks like a head, doesn't it? I want it to look 3D, so I'm going to do this. You know how you do like a 3D box effect? It's going to look a bit like that. So that's roughly what I'm going to have. What I want to do is decorate it as well, but I'm going to keep mine simple. You can make yours so complicated if you like, but I would like to do it simple just so you can see roughly what you can do. So I'm going to start off here with a twirly design. Doesn't have to be the same, it's fine. It doesn't have to be equal each side. I quite like if I was here for hours, I would just keep adding and keep adding because there's just something quite cool about decorating things. You could just go up and down and do a really cool decoration. What matters to me is what's inside. Because it's quite festive, I wanted to do a penguin because they're really cute. So I'm going to start off with a big penguin inside. So I'm going to do like a round shape. So a little bit like that. If you just draw that shape there, got an itchy nose. Just draw a big head basically. And then we're going to do the body. So we're just going to go. You want him to be chunky because if he's quite thin, it just doesn't look as cute. Things that look chunky, like I'll show you actually. So I did these cards. I've sold quite a few already on Etsy, which is emmy-lou paint a day, all one word. But can you see how they're chunky, my birds? I just think when things are chunky, they just look really cool. So then we're going to do a pattern. So do a line here for the beak. Just a line like that. That's going to be the beak. So it's going to turn into like a triangle, like a strange triangle. And then underneath, we'll do another triangle. And that's going to be the bottom of the mouth with like a little, you know, like a heart shape. Pause the video and zoom if you can, but it's like a little heart shape in there. I've just realised that my camera probably is quite far away, but you should be fine. Should be fine. I could move it nearer, couldn't I? That might be an idea. Hang on. That is so much better. I don't know what I didn't think of that. Okay, so now we're going to have to put the shape around him. Like that. So it's kind of cute, that pattern. Any eyes you like. Quite like just a simple eyes. And his feet, I really want them to look kind of like a cartoon. So we're going to go and join that up. Now I want to put claws in his little foot, little toes. And then we want some wings, like some flippers. They're not really wings, are they? Gonna go. They use them in the water, but can't really fly with them. There we go. Doesn't quite look right there. Okay, now what I'd like to do is a Christmas tree. Now you don't have to do a Christmas tree, and it's not necessarily a Christmas tree, it could be a pine tree. So we're gonna go Christmas trees or pine trees tend to start off quite small. Oh man, I don't know what went wrong there, but the pine tree always is small, and then it goes bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it kind of goes a bit, depends what kind of tree it is, but they tend to be bigger at the bottom. So I'm going to do like a little bit there. I kind of like the idea of it on snow. So you can make this up. It doesn't have to be what I'm drawing. You can make the whole thing up, but as long as we have a penguin, it'll be kind of cool. And then I want a star on top of the tree. Now here, because I want him to be wearing like a Christmas hat. So we're going to just draw what looks probably like a banana or something on his head. And then it's like this type of shape. If you can't draw that shape, probably just draw this. So you got there. Just go like that. And then you can kind of go and put some lines like that if you want, if it's a bit easier. Then we want a big bauble at the bottom. Okay, now we want to rub out some things. So if you get the tree looking a bit not like you want it, i.e. like mine, you can do this. Like if you draw the Christmas tree, you could literally just draw it like that, and you'll find that you're drawing in the penguin, but wherever the lines are, you can rub out whatever's in the penguin, you rub out, is what I'm trying to say. 2 little nostrils. I like the idea of, let's do some more. You can decorate the tree, but I don't know if I want to really. I'm going to do a 3D present. So we're going to do a line down here, 2 little lines here, and you're going to match them up. So it's a 3D present like this. Because I'm drawing from the side, it's a little bit tricky, but oh no, you can't see that, can you? Wait, I'll move it back a bit. And then we want the bow. The bow looks really lovely. So we just do a normal bow like this, but then we want to make it 3D. So we're just going to join that up, make this chunky, and then inside. If I've done it super fast, just think of it like this, the bow, and you've got to make that look chunky. So you go 1 and inside 2. So outside, but then inside. Do you know what I mean? Try it if you can. And then you want some ribbony bits. Not really making too much sense with my English vocabulary at the moment. Okay. Now I do want to, I'm going to draw them anyway. They're the ribbons that do up the present, so that they should be quite big. Like they could go round like that. But we don't want that snow globe line anymore. So wherever that goes in the present, done your Christmas list yet? I don't think I've got one. I think mine will be probably food at this point, because I love my food. Now, does that help you? I keep moving things down. I think that's better, isn't it? There we go. There we go. Because you want to see the present, otherwise it's going to be very difficult, isn't it? Now, I like berries at Christmas or festive times, so just a line. And we'll do some little lines coming out. You could do a reindeer. Like there's some of my videos that are Christmas videos and just seasonal videos. You can put anything in a snow globe. You could literally put an elephant in a snow. That would look really cool. An elephant sort of on a beach ball or something. Just something fun. So don't worry about it being like this. It doesn't have to be this. I'll put loads of little twiggy bits because I'm going to do the berries. Berries are very festive, aren't they? I want to do a leaf, but I haven't got any room. I want to show you a holly leaf. So if we just do this. It's not really what I wanted to do, is it? I haven't got room for a holly leaf, but if you have room, there's your thing. There's your bit there. And you do this. Still doesn't look as good, so let's try it again. Let's try it again. There's a line, there's a line. Let's do 2 holly leaves, just so you know. Yeah, 1. Yeah, that's it, because I was trying to get that pointy, but you want more, don't you? Something like that's fine. I keep coming out with just 2 pointy bits, but there's more than 2 normally. But yeah, something like that's fine. Don't have to get too detailed with my one. There isn't really anything, is it? But I could just do a kind of a pretty design that looks like a feathery tree thing. It doesn't actually matter. I'm going to put some bobbly bits. This would probably be the glitter. So as soon as you finish the design and you've painted it, you could literally cover the top with glitter. Look really cool. Right, let's go. Right, so I'm going to use acrylic paint. So it's a chunky paint. You don't have to use acrylic paint. You could just use any paint. Watercolour pencil is ideal. I would probably go with watercolour pencil, but I know that not all of you have it. So I'd rather try something with paint just in case you don't have it. So this is my paint. Very big bottle. I'm going to get yellow. I'm going to try and get yellow. Oh, it's stuck. So pause the video if you need to. Because I'm going to get red, yellow, black, white. I'm going to try and get white out. It comes out super slowly. And then you get a bit scared because if it comes out too much, it goes everywhere. Whoa, okay. So look, I've just folded a piece of paper and put red, yellow, blue, white, black. That's all I need to do. And I've realised I don't have any brushes. Hang on, I'm going to go and get my brushes and water. I'm back. Right. Okay. Obviously you can make green, so I didn't put green down, but you could do green if you wanted to. You could if you've got green. Right, first of all, think bright colours. I don't want to use the darkest colour first because that way your water's going to get too dirty. So I think I'm going to use yellow first. So my present is going to be yellow. So whatever you choose to use, colour it in. I do like painting. I find it really relaxing. Because it's a 3D present, you could make a yellow with a tiny bit of red, but put a tiny bit because that will make it look more 3D. Because the yellow is darker on one side. Does that make sense? So you've got a light side and a dark side. It might not come out that much on this, so I might do it a bit darker just to show you. Let's do it a little bit darker. Okay, so for this to look quite nice, we have to use bright colours. Not doing the background because it's glass. It's in a glass bauble, like a glass globe. But the next colour I want is, I want to do the base, I think. I'm going to make a gold colour. So it's an orange. I'm going to do an orange colour. And I'm just going to colour the whole thing pretty much orange. Just going to colour away. I like her gold because it looks yellow pretty much, but I made yellow and a bit of red. And I like it because I can still see the design. So just colour it really well. As you can see, it's gone a bit lighter, that bit, which I like. So that's fine. Now it's still wet. Let that dry, because what we can do is get a very, very dark orange. You can do this with chalk and you can do this with watercolour or anything. So I've put it around the edge, just one side. I'm going to rinse, dry my brush, and then I'm going to blend the edges. It's hard to show you. Is it hard to show you? I think you can see. it kind of looks 3D, and that's what you want. So if it's not 3D, it doesn't look like it's not a bad thing if it doesn't look 3D, but it just looks really cool. But don't go around the whole thing at once because it's going to dry by the time you smudge it. And if you don't want to do it with paint, you could paint it, and then to do the edges, you could do chalk when it's dry. So it doesn't have to be paint, but I like to show you different techniques. I'm going to do it darker there because it's always a bit darker, isn't it? If it's a 3D shape. I'm drying my brush by doing that just because I haven't got anything to dry it on. I don't want to make myself messy. Right, what should we do for that? I feel like a red would work really well. So if it's a 3D bow, you could do a dark and a light red, but for the sake of time, I'm going to do just red. That's a cool red, isn't it? Ooh, I like that red. I love red. I think I had a red car once. Okay, now I like that. If things, a bit like this bit, if it hasn't got an edge to it and you can't see it, just get the dark orange, go around one edge and then smudge it in because you don't want it to dry. So smudging the edge. If you can't see what I'm doing, oh man, because the ribbon's not dry. Because the ribbon's not dry, it's getting a bit messy. But I don't know, I'm kind of liking that look. I actually quite like when things are a bit blended because it tends to look more realistic. It's a bit like if you read a book and it's been illustrated in a certain way. Kind of looks cool. Oh, hang on. Okay, so I'm going to get, where's my paintbrush gone? Right, I am going to do, I like the idea of him having, if you've got red on your, if you've got red on your brush, let's use more red. No point rinsing it out, is it? I think your red might be better than mine. Mine's kind of a pinky red, this one. Kind of like a bright, it says primary red on the, yeah it does. I think you might need a crimson red, it depends what you're using. My berries, if you're doing watercolour, these are going to come out beautifully. Paint's fine, but I don't know, I quite like to mix and match. Like it's quite fun to use paint and oil pastel and chalk, you know, just mix it up. Right, I'm going to do a yellow star, which I completely forgot for the star. Yellow star for the star, there we go. Can't get that too wrong, can you? And then going to do the Christmas tree. I don't want a dark green, I'm going to do a tiny bit of blue with loads of yellow. Depends what it looks like, I'm mixing blue and yellow. That's what I'm doing in case you're wondering what. And you could do different greens, couldn't you? You don't have, like, if I wanted a darker green, which is just that one, quite like that. You could mix a bit of dark, a bit of light, because it's a tree. It's not going to be all one colour really, is it? So it's quite nice to mix it all. And can you see I'm not being that careful in my picture because I'm going to go round things. Right, the base of the Christmas tree or pine tree, I'm going to do blue because I won't have much blue in mine. I kind of want it to have blue eyes as well. And I might just do a blue bauble. I'm going to do it round like that, rinse out, dry and just smudge in. Because I want the bauble to look 3D. That bit there is kind of fluffy and white, so you could do fluffy and white or just leave it, but I quite like to do it fluffy like that. It might look quite cool. And the beak is yellow. I keep seeing things that I've missed. Or orange you could do, but I'm going to do yellow. There we go. Ooh, you know what else is green, don't you? It's the berry thing. It's these. Not sure about that green, are you? Doesn't look very green. I do like mixing though. Okay, now get a small brush. My one's huge, but it's because my picture's quite big. You want to go over all of these. My red berries are still a bit wet, so you've got to be a bit careful, but I shall be fine. Oh, I shall be fine. This one's green as well. I think, do you know what? Yellow and green might look quite nice. Okay. Right, that's pretty much all the bits and bobs, isn't it, in there? I want to do the snow. The snow I'm going to make a grey for. So I'm white and black. I'm just going to do the edges of the line because the snow is white. But to make things look white, we need to outline them with grey because I'm drying my brush and I'm doing it so it looks fluffy. I've done a massive grey line there. I mean, it could be a bit smaller, to be fair. Then my favourite bits. I really like that. Well, I've got a favourite bit after this bit actually. But this bit's my penguin, so he's super, super black. Like, he looks awesome. So as neat as you can get it, really. Oh, just as I said that, I made a bit of a mistake with my brush. Just trying to think, is his tummy orange? I'm sure they're white, but I'm tempted to do mine orange. It's hard to do it without making a mistake with this brush. Flat-headed brush is good if you've got one, like a flat brush. My one's a pointy one. Now you won't see the feet much, will you? Well, you won't now because I've gone over them. I've gone over the feet. Oh, he looks cute. I'm just colouring inside his mouth. Okay, one side of his fin, whatever they are. I suppose they're a fin, really, aren't they? Let's be honest. Flipper, flipper. Right. I'm sure it's orange inside. I'm not sure 100% though. I'm sure you're screaming at me going, they are. But we're going to do light blue. I'm going to put white and blue. And I'm going to pretend my snow globe, there's bits in it. I mean, this brush is not the best brush I'm using, I'm not going to lie. But you want it to snow. Right. Is he orange? I'm sure he's orange. I'm literally going to have a look. So, oh no, his feet are orange. Didn't realise. Oh, I guess he's not orange then. He's just a little bit orange here and there. Oh man. I always think something's a certain colour and then I'm like, oh, maybe not. Oh, he could have a scarf around him, couldn't he? Yeah, he's got orange feet. Well, this is good to know, isn't it, now that I've done it? Let's just do this a little bit more. Because then it makes him have more of a cutesy head. Right, his feet are orange. And I'm kind of glad I made that mistake because it's so easy to make mistakes and it doesn't matter. It's not, you know, it's not a problem. Especially if you do acrylic paint. If you haven't done acrylic paint, don't worry. You can probably paint over this. So I'm doing orange little feet. But as I say, if you've done it already and it's in chalk or something and it's black already, maybe try rubbing it out and do it again, the feet. But I probably wouldn't worry. I'm only doing it in case you want to change it. If you want it to look a little bit more like he's fluffy, I'm going to get watery black and just kind of go around his tummy I'm going to rinse out, dry the brush. Oh man, it's just getting worse. Dry the brush. This is actually quite a nice way of making them look fluffy. The black's got to be dry though. And if you go over it and you think, oh no, just get some white and do that. Like nothing's ever ruined. Just remember that. It's important to say that because it's so easy to think, oh, I'm going to screw it up and put it in the bin. But you don't need to. You just need to work on it. Don't give up. Just don't give up. It's worth it, you know. Ooh, my eyes. Right, my eye inside's going to be black. Just there. And I want him to look quite realistic, so I'm going to get some white and just blob a bit on the blue and a bit there, because it makes things look shinier when you sort of blob things on. Because I can't colour his head in because it's still wet, I'm just going to put white over his tummy a bit more so it looks the same as his body, his head. Otherwise he might look like he's not attached, which is not what we want. Right, this is the bit that you've got to wait until it's all dry, like it's super important. You can obviously go around these as well, but what's really important is everything's dry, because this is what we're going to do. This works best with watercolour pencil, by the way, but I'm going to use paint just in case you don't have it. Right, you get a nice watery mixture of blue. Don't go all the way around, just do this, because it's going to dry too quick if we go all the way around. So I'm going to do dark blue. You could even do green. I'm going to rinse out. It's got to be dry, and I know that some of this isn't. Oh no. It's all water on my brush because I'm making the snow globe look rounded. It's called blending. So that's rounded. Very dark, and then it goes blue. Now obviously if things are dry, then you're onto a winner. If it's not dry, it's hard to do. So I've put a lot on. So if you're doing watercolour pencil, you don't need to worry about putting a lot on. But there's my paint. I'm going to rinse my brush. I'm not drying it. Oh man, see, look, the green. The green. If anything's wet, it's going to smudge, so it's not ideal, but it will still look like a snow globe. Right, and then the last bit, which is my foot there, isn't it? Basically nothing's dry. Nothing's dry at mine. I'm going to just carefully go over, but you want to go over the top of the images, because this present is on the glass globe, so it doesn't have to go over there. But we just want to blend, blend, blend. I would do, oh man, I would do the blue. I'd probably do the blue the next day, like when everything's dry, because you don't want to risk, like I've just done. I had to, just to show you. But you don't really want to risk getting it. I like doing white bits because it makes it look shiny, like I said. But you don't want to risk getting it all smudgy and stuff. The tree, you could do a bit of dark bits. So you could put baubles on the tree as well, be nice. So yeah, don't be scared to add. Just make sure when you do, just trying to look at the picture. Make sure that when you do the blue, it goes over everything, because it's in the glass, it's not outside of the glass. So don't be scared to smudge it more. I'm scared a little bit because it's not dry, mine, but you won't have that problem if you leave that. But yeah, there we are. I'm going to go, I want it to look like it's kind of bolted on, so I'm going to outline it, wish me luck, in black. Whew, okay. Okay, that sort of went okay. Right, there is my festive snow globe. And remember, you can do anything in the snow globe. You could do a reindeer and on top have a Father Christmas, or you could do a penguin and an elephant. You could do a zoo theme. You could do anything you like. So like, subscribe and share, and let me know how you get on. I can't wait to see these because there's something about a snow globe I just love. There's one tiny thing actually, I just remembered. If you've got some black, you could do this with a marker maybe, but you can make this look kind of fluffy by putting some black lines in there if you want to. You don't need to. So there we are. Ta-da! Snow globe. Enjoy doing it, and I shall see you soon.